Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a new game from Weird Giraffe Games called Wicked and Wise. Wicked and Wise is a game from Weird Giraffe Games for 2 to 6 players, plays in 45 to 60 minutes depending on the number of players, that whole thing. And effectively what this is a trick-taking game, so think euchre, hearts, the crew, that kind of thing. And what you're doing is you are taking on the role of either a dragon or a mouse, or a dragon and a mouse depending on the number of players. And you're trying to work with your teammate, or by yourself if you're both, to earn the most coins by winning tricks. So this plays similar to those games. You're going to lead a card, you have to follow suit, high card of that suit wins the trick. If you don't have the suit, you can play the trump suit or throw off or whatever, and that's how the game kind of works. But this one's a little different. 1, you can play an odd number of players. 2, it can play 3 teams. And 3, only 2 people are trying to actually take the tricks while other people are trying to use the abilities on cards in a 4-player game. So that seems weird, seems odd, but let's just go down to the table and check it out. All right, so here's a game of Wicked and Wise, all set up for 4 players, also 2 teams. Setup's not completely done because I wanted to show you how we're going to pick goal cards, but it's mostly done. So to set up, you're going to give each player, depending on the number of players, a role. So in this case, in a 4-player, 2-team game, you're going to have Dragon 1, Mouse 1, Dragon 2, Mouse 2. Then each team is going to get some goal cards, which I've done here. So this is team 1, this is team 2, because that's Dragon 1 and Dragon 2. Then you're going to shuffle the treasure deck, put it off to the side, decide how you want to do table talking, how much you can talk. So this is when you're choosing your goals, you're allowed to talk, and then no more talking or not talking. I'm not going to show you that a ton, but when you're deciding goals, you can talk about kind of what's in your hand and all that kind of thing. You're going to shuffle the basic deck, which I have up here, and you're going to shuffle the gym deck, which is here. And then you're going to deal 10 basic cards to the dragons, 7 basic cards to the mice. Then what's going to happen is the dragon, based on the round, so in round 1, the dragon is going to draw 4 goal cards, look at them, pass 2 to their mouse to pick 1 to use for this round. So let's look at team 1's goal cards that the dragon passed. So they either need to collect 0, 1, or 8 plus rose cards. If they can do that, 12 coins. Or they're going to need to win a trick with a gem card. Must win at least 1 trick. That one seems difficult because we don't have any gem cards right now. We'll get some, but they're scared. So let's just go ahead and do this one. They're going to try to win some rose cards or no rose cards. Put this back on the bottom. I think it gets discarded, but you can put it at the bottom. It's fine. Then this player is going to do the same thing. They need to win 1 or 5 tricks or 4 or 5 tricks. I don't know. Let's try the 1 and 5. We'll see what happens. And then we'll put the other one back on the bottom. All right, so now we're going to get started. The gameplay it's a normal trick-taking game with a few little odd tweaks. So the way the game works is Dragon 1 will take a turn. Dragon 2 will take a turn. Then the mouse for Dragon 1 will go. And then the mouse for Dragon 2 will go. And then Dragon 1 will go and Dragon 2 will go. So the way that you're going to take a trick is just off the dragon cards. So they're going to play a card basically for the number in the suit. Nothing else matters. The mice have to follow suit, but they're going to play a card for the ability, and whatever card they play doesn't affect the trick. So basically the dragons are playing the trick-taking game. The mice are using the abilities on the cards to help the dragon take tricks. That's kind of how that works. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is dragon number 1. So they'll be first because they have the first player marker. This is all prototype, just in case you see that's a 3D printed thing. All prototype, but the art is still great. I like everything so far, but just so you know that. All right, so here's what the cards kind of look like. They're going to have a suit, a number, like, normal cards. And then they're going to have an ability at the bottom that when the mouse plays it, the ability will activate. Dragon only cares about the top. Mouse cares about the suit and the ability. So that's kind of how we're looking here. So let's see, what is their goal? They need to collect roses, 0, 1, or 8 roses. So let's try to get 0 roses. So we're going to play Let's play a high card. So they're going to play a 14 star. So now it'll go to Dragon 2. They have to follow suit if they can. So same kind of rules. You know, here's what other cards look like. The suits. They're flowers, flames, stars, and whatever that one is. So they have to follow suit. Ooh, they're going to play the 15 of stars. So now they're winning the trick. Then it will go to Dragon 1's mouse. So Team 1 mouse. They're going to play a card by following suit and then using the ability. So they have to play this one. It's their only star. So this says, Dragon may discard 1 card and draw 1 basic card and gain a coin. All right, so Dragon can discard a card and draw 1 basic card. So let's do discard this one and we'll draw 1. So we drew that one, okay? And then we're gonna get a coin. The reason you want coins, that's how you're gonna win the game. Team with the most coins is the winner. So we now have, Team 1 now has 1 coin, they're in the lead. Then we're going to go to Dragon, our Team 2's mouse. And they're trying to win 4 or 5 tricks. They're on their way. Their dragon is winning. So they're going to play this one. So the mouse can swap 1 card with the dragon or draw 1 trump or gem card or draw 2 basic cards. And they're going to draw a gem card. They're called trump cards, but they're going to be officially named to gems because they're gems. So they drew the 2 gem, and that'll give them something they can use in their turn at a future time. Then it goes back to Dragon 1. They need to try to take over this, but they can't, so they'll just dump the 5. And then this player has the trick, so they'll go ahead and just dump the 1. All right, so that is the end of the trick. High card wins, so this Team 2 Dragon is the winner of the trick. So normal trick taking, you can take the trick, keep it over here to the side so you kind of know what's going on. And then you have a choice. You can either take 2 coins or you can draw 2 treasures, keep 1, and then the other team does the opposite of what you do. So I think since they're in the lead in coins, they're going to take 2 coins. So let's take 2 coins. Now this team gets to draw 2 treasures. Treasures are going to look something like this. And what they're going to do is they're going to be abilities that you can use each trick. You can have a maximum of 3 treasures. So if this team wanted to use this one, they could gain 1 coin for every card above 7 played in this trick, maximum of 6 points. So that's pretty sweet. So let's try that one. I'm just tucking everything at the bottom just to make it easier to keep track of. And then they'll have this that they could use on a future turn if they want to. Now, after that, first player marker moves to this team, and we keep playing. I want to try to play through a round, and then I'll tell you how cleanup works. It could be a long video, so I may not do that. So let's just play through another round, then I'll tell you how it works. Another trick. So this player will go first. They want to win 4 or 5 tricks. They're on their way. So let's just do this. This will really mess up the other people too. So they need 0, 1, or 8 plus roses. So 14 rose. Then this dragon. It's always dragons first. So the turn order is a little funky, but you'll get it. So they can't win it. So they'll just go ahead and play this 4. And then it'll be this mouse. They don't have any roses, so now they can play whatever they want. So they're just going to play this gem card that they drew. The mouse draw 2 basic cards. So they draw 2 cards. They got a 15 and 11 star and get 2 coins. So now they get 2 coins. Now this team is well in the lead. Then this dragon, or this mouse, I guess. They don't have it. They have a rose, so they have to play it. Mouse can swap 1 card with the dragon or draw 1 gem or draw 2 basic cards. So they're going to draw a gem. That played out pretty well for the last team, and they got a 7 gems. Then it'll go back to this player, this dragon. They'll play another card. They have to follow suit. It's their trick already, so they'll play that. Come back to this player. They have, this is their lowest. So there we go. So this team wins the trick again. So they'll take all the cards up. And they have now won 2 tricks. So they're just going to keep racking up the coins. So this team's going to get to draw another 2 treasures. This team's mouse can ignore the lead suit, gain 1 coin. Gain 1 coin for every card below 8 played. Ooh, let's keep this one. This is cool. So they're going to keep that one. Now they have 2 that they can use. You can use many treasures as you want on your turn. All right, and that's effectively how the game is going to play. So if we go through all this and we each have 5 tricks, we're going to just simulate, pretend we did that. Then we're going to look and we're going to evaluate our goals. So we would look at this player, this team's goals. They didn't collect any tricks, so they collected 0 rose cards, so they would get $12. So 12. Then this player will say, since they didn't win any, they won all of them, so they got their goal. So in a 2-team game, they get 12. All right, and then what happens is all the dragons discard their cards, mixed with the cards that were from the trick, including gems. And then they're going to get shuffled in to the basic deck. So the gem deck, the basic deck is now going to have gems in it. And we're going to do it again. So what happens is the mouse is then allowed to pass 4 cards to their teammate, should they want to. Then they'll go back up, they'll draw back up to their limit to 7. And the dragon will draw back up, get cards dealt to them up to 10 based on however many cards were passed by their mouse. And then what will happen is we'll get rid of these gold cards. We'll get new gold cards based on the round. It's going to change each round, and then we're going to play it again. We're going to do the same kind of thing 3 times, so 3 rounds. And then at the end of the 3rd round, whoever has the most coins is the winner. There's some tie-break rules in the rule book, but it's easy to understand. I think it's most treasures or something like that. And that is how you play Wicked and Wise. Let's go up the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was Wicked and Wise. I gotta say, this is just a trick-taking game, but the changes and the weirdness of this really draws me in. So I like different games. I like The Crew. I like Illimat, which is kind of a trick-taking game, sort of, but not really, but it's weird. So if I'm going to play a card game, I want it to be different, maybe a little weird, maybe a little like silly, and that's where this one is. So this is a trick-taking game, just like I said, Euchre, Crew, all that kind of thing. But the way that this works with the characters and the roles is different than anything I've ever played. So as you saw in the overview, the dragons, no matter 1, 2, or 3, are trying to play, so they are winning the trick. So I think there's only 2 or 3 dragons. So they're trying to win the trick. They're using the cards for the suits and the numbers. But the mice are using the cards by following suit to use the ability to give the dragon better cards to earn coins. And you're going to have an end of the round goal that you're trying to accomplish to score extra coins, because this game's all about dragons like to hoard things. You want to hoard goals, you want to hoard coins. That's what you're trying to do. So you're trying to end the game with as much money as possible. I like this quite a bit. It's interesting. Trick-taking games are not really the most deep of games in the world. Someone plays a 9 of hearts, I have to follow heart. If it's not my team, I want to play higher to try to get that trick. That kind of thing. That's the depth of the strategy in a trick-taking game. But in this one, you're not really allowed to talk with your opponent, a la Crew or The Mind or something like that. And unless you play one of these tabletop cards where you're allowed to talk during goals or whatever. But then you're just trying to figure out, if I'm the mouse, I'm seeing what my teammate dragon is playing. They're playing this 16 rows or 15 rows, and then I think, I don't have any roses. But this would give us additional cards or coins, so I'll play that to help them out or swap some cards with them or whatever. It's a lot of decisions in a little tiny card game. I mean, this is just this many cards. It's effectively this many cards. That's not a lot of cards. A little more than that and some gold cards. That's it. That's what this game is. But it packs a bunch of punch. It's only 3 rounds, so it doesn't go on forever. You're taking 5 tricks in each round. So 15 tricks over the course of the game. Unless you're using some variants, there's some difference. But in a standard game, you're taking 15 tricks. And it's good. It's solid. So this will be on Kickstarter here. The date will be scrolling down at the bottom. And you can go to the link in the description if you want to back this, show us some support, and you think this game looks cool. So that is Wicked and Wise from Weird Giraffe Games. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.